So in this lesson, we're going to look at Curtis Mayfield, Freddie's Dead, Superfly. Great, funky bass part, lots of cool rhythms, minor pentatonic. We're in the key of C sharp minor. So everything's in this area here. Get a look at this. Think minor pentatonic in C sharp. Okay, so to start out, this is the intro, and it has a totally classic pentatonic minor lick. I slide into that first note. You go all the way down to the F sharp. Just repeat. Then we get into the second part of the intro, which is kind of like the, I guess we can call it the verse riff. So I'm playing it slow here. And that's a riff you're going to use throughout the song a lot. So once you got that down once, you're going to be using it later. That low E. Okay, so you do that 2-bar riff 4 times, and then we get into the actual verse where he starts singing. And you're going to do that 2-bar riff 3 times once he starts singing. Three times. Then we get into sort of the trickier section when we get to the F sharp minor chord. And here, let me just give you an idea what this looks like. So we're going down an F sharp here. So think of the F sharp. It's not pentatonic minor because we're going to go to the 9th on the top of that riff. So when we get into the F minor chord, it's a little bit tricky because we have some chromatic stuff and a couple of different notes here. So let's start out here. Okay, that's that first riff. It's minor pentatonic. Like this part is like a chromatic approach back to the F sharp, but instead of the F sharp, we slide to a G sharp, the 9th of the chord. Like that. So very much in keeping with the style of music, having that 9th in the bass. You don't see that often, so cool little line. Okay, so the second time around, you do the same beginning riff, and we are going to go to the F sharp, but you're going to do a quick octave. And then you do the intro riff back into the verse. Like that, so you're really tying it together. So let me play that whole F sharp minor chord. Okay. Basically, we're going to go back and forth between these riffs, between the F sharp minor and the C sharp minor, and that's basically it for the vast majority of the song. And there's no real mega variation on this. He plays the bass line very consistent. However, okay, so we go back and do the verse again. Okay, and then you're going to do the F sharp minor again. Okay, and you come back in, and then it's going to sort of jam on that riff, the 2-bar, and that goes on for a while. Then you do the same riff, but in D. Sorry. Just like that, just a half step up. So you do have to slide down for that low F, okay? That happens 3 times, then you go back down to C sharp again, like that. And this goes on for a while, or I'm sorry, when you come back you do just 2 sets of that back in C sharp. Then you do basically the same riff with one little variation, and this is the bass solo. And it's just the bass is just cranked up in the mix, and you get to hear it. He sort of digs in a little bit. Or sorry. It's just that little triplet feel. Ba ba da dum ba. Go to ba. Go to ba. Go to ba. Ba ba bum 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 bum. Okay, that happens 4 times, and then it's back to jamming again. Basically, the whole song replays after that. So I didn't put that in the chart. It's like a 6-minute song. So once you have those 2 parts, you got or 3 parts really, or I guess technically 4. So you have the intro riff. Then you have, I'm sorry, like that. Then you have the verse riff. Then you have the F sharp minor part, the tricky part. Back into the verse again. Once you have that together, you've got the whole song. All you have to work out is the arrangement of when you actually change keys and go to the D that time, and then when the bass solo is. And that's it. So really just learning those components, you can put it all together in the arrangement, and you've got Freddie's Dead, Superfly, Curtis Mayfield. Really great, tough, funky bass line. And also getting your chops together reading some of these 16th note rhythms off the page. There are a lot of rests. It's really good stuff, good practice to get the funky 16th note riffs in here.